So my name is Kai. I'm the founder and CEO of Olympus Labs. A little bit about myself. I was originally born in China. I moved to the U.S. when I was in first grade. Lived in New York for a little bit. Moved to Pittsburgh where I was for high school. And then so during high school I actually started. That's when I started trading. When I was 15, I started got lucky and started with equity trading. And actually that's when I got exposed to Bitcoin as well. So this was back in like 2009, and as a result of that, I've been throughout college, I've been working mostly in finance. So I was doing like exotic options at Morgan Stanley. Was also working at PIMCO, and then started my own hedge fund my last year of college, mostly managing kind of some of our peers' money. But after graduation, I actually went to McKinsey to work in consulting. I wanted to get a little bit closer to business. And then after being there for a couple of years, I actually left, did my first startup in social networking, and then after that, worked on a blockchain startup, which is now revenue positive and has paying customers. And that was, and then I left that a couple months ago to now work on Olympus Labs. Now, what Olympus Labs is essentially we want to create it into the blockchain fintech ecosystem. And at the key of this is the financial products marketplace supported by the protocol. So what the protocol does is it defines what products can be created, and then we will, at Olympus, will create maybe one or two product examples for each type, and then we will actually open that up for other people to create even more interesting products based on that protocol. And so as investors, when you come on, you can actually see all these different products, and you can choose which ones will meet your goals. Now, these products will all not only be in our marketplace, we're actually going to be working with partners so that you don't even need to download Olympus app. So let's say you have a wallet, right? Or if you're on exchange, we'll be working with them so that you can buy our products just on their app. So you don't even need to download our app to get our products. So our goal would be for both, right? Because our vision is for us to become the BlackRock of cryptocurrencies. We want to be the providers of all the basic indexes, the funds. We'll even be working with companies. So for example, earlier today, I actually just discussed a deal with one of the exchanges here to create an index that has the tokens that they list, so that their users can come on just buy that one index instead of buying each one individually. That's one. The other thing is that we want to actually bring in institutional investors, so asset managers, portfolio managers, money managers, private wealth managers, for example, at Goldman or at Morgan Stanley. And we want to, because a lot of them are coming, actually a few of them have approached you saying that their clients want exposure to cryptocurrencies, but they don't know how to do it. And they don't know how to do it in a safe way that's not like this. Yeah. And so we will be working with them to create portfolios so that they can then raise, funding, right, or increase funding from their current investors, which is good for them because then that means more, management fees, more transaction fees, but also this also allows them to differentiate their fund from other funds because now they can provide crypto exposure in a safe and secure way. No, I think this is great. So the way we look at it is that, exchanges like the CME, they will support more plain, products, right? Like it's simple future or something like that. But we're putting both those and also more complex. And so what will happen is that all of our products will be available on decentralized exchanges, but some of them that fit the regulations and the requirements of certain exchange, more established traditional exchanges, we'll try to get them on those as well. So there will be, depending on where you are in the world and which exchange you're tapping into, you might see all or just some of our products. So our MVP app should be ready in about a few weeks, actually. And then the financial protocol, where you can actually create product, that should be done in Q1 of 2018. Yeah, so we actually have quite a few. So a few that are confirmed or Shapeshift or CoinNest. For example, we're now working with NAM and EM on a partnership as well. And yeah, there are like a few more, but they don't want me to say right now. So. We here at Olympus, we believe that our vision is to create cryptocurrency into an asset class, right? And so everything that we're doing is going towards that end goal. And so we believe that the market is big enough, and we believe in the vision and our mission. And so it's our strong belief that we will not do let's say gold option or stock option. We will not touch any of that. All of our products will have a cryptocurrency or a cryptocurrency pair as the underlying asset. Yeah, exactly, quite a few. One is just that transparency. So a lot of products that are created by by Wall Street, and I would know because I used to work there, is that they build in a lot of fees and all this stuff, and so a lot of products are created to kind of screw over the investor from day one, and you don't really know what's inside. You don't really, for example, we look back at mortgage-backed securities, right? Even the rating agencies do not know what's going on, and it's layers of paperwork, and no one knows how things are going to perform. So with cryptocurrencies and the smart contract as the vehicle for these products, it's actually very obvious. Like what's there is there. It's open, transparent. So that's one, transparency. The other thing is that this going back to this idea of leverage without margin, right? So actually, if you want to get leverage, you don't need to borrow money, and you don't need to pay interest. The smart contract will do the calculations of how much wins or losses, profit and loss, automatically, and kind of deduct or add to that in the smart contract itself. So we're removing, what that does is it removes layers of cost, whether that's interest cost or the counterparty risk cost, or the paperwork that needs to go back and forth. All that will be cut out, so that in essence we're cutting out the fees that would be otherwise be charged on the investors, and we're cutting a large portion of that out. Oh, for sure. For not a doubt. I mean, if you look at any other asset class, right, the risk marketplace is typically 10x or 100 times bigger than the spot. So we have no doubt that it's not even going to be bigger. It's going to be like 10, I think at least 10 times bigger. So as I was saying earlier, I think the first wave is Bitcoin. Second wave is all these ICOs, which I think will be coming to an end pretty quickly. I think the days of putting your investment into an ICO project, waiting for it to be listed, and then having it go up 3 times, 5 times, I think those days are over. I think the two things, right? So one is that if you are looking to invest in ICO, make sure you do your diligence, and you can invest in it for at least 6 to 12 months, maybe longer. And then the second thing is that the next wave is going to be crypto derivatives. I think, for example, all the guys who are pushing or selling, buy this ICO, buy that ICO, all of them will realize that what they need to be doing is, buy this Olympus product, buy that Olympus product. So they will create a whole generation of crypto advisors who kind of serve as like traditional stock advisors, but what they will do, they will actually recommend different products and different portfolios on crypto. Our goal is to 65,000 ETH, which equates at current market price to about 20 million USD. And so the way we came to that was that we did a 45-year budgeting plan, and we came to a number of around 15, 16 million, and then we wanted to have a few million as buffer. So we want to be, our numbers are not just made out of thin air. We don't want to be one of those projects where we say, let's raise 50 million. Why? I don't know. It's because 50 sounds nice. We actually went through tough budgeting process and how much we're going to spend on marketing, how much we're going to spend on BD, how much we're going to spend on technology, our expansions, et cetera, for operations. And then we get to a number and we say, okay, this is how much we need in order to realize what we have planned. And that's how we got to our number. And we're not raising, we're not going to, we can, even if we can raise more, we're not going to raise more just to raise more. So our token economics or token model is pretty much akin to Ether, right? So it would be used as gas throughout the ecosystem. So if someone's using a protocol to create a product, then that kind of requires Olympus tokens because it's activating the smart contract. If it's if you're for payment settlements, so for buying and selling, then you would need the token to kind of settle those like receiving and sending transactions. If you're buying the products, financial products, or trading them on the exchange, then you will also, depending on which exchange, but you will also be also need Olympus tokens to transact. So essentially, it's a transaction utility token. That's going to be kind of the basic model.